The cat that broke the galaxy, Earth's quantum gambit. Ambassador Lena Voss hadn't slept in 48 hours, 23 minutes, and a scattering of seconds she was too drained to track. Her bloodshot eyes darted around the embassy chamber, a sleek dome of holographic star maps, and cold steel orbiting the neutron star that powered the Etherian hub. As Earth's sharpest diplomat, she'd faced warlords and sentient storms, but now, with humanity's survival on the line, she was one misstep from galactic ruin. Her fingers pressed into her temples as if she could squeeze clarity from her exhausted skull. "Commander Kale Lena," said her voice sharp, "let's be absolutely clear. Earth's grand gesture to the Starfall Coalition, our one shot at not being wiped out, is a cat. A tabby named, what was it?" Commander Terran Kale stood rigid, clutching a data slate like a lifeline. "Lady Whiskers Shadowclaw, for ma'am." Lena stopped pacing, her boots squeaking on the polished floor. "The fourth. What happened to the first three?" "Natural causes," Terran replied, her tone steady but eyes flickering with unease. "Standard feline lifespan." "Standard," Lena echoed, her laugh brittle enough to shatter. "The UN Galactic Council approved this unanimously." Terran nodded. After 19 rounds of voting, 3 shouting matches, and 1 minor brawl, Lena's gaze locked onto the ornate pet carrier in the corner, where 2 amber eyes glinted through the slits, lazy and utterly unbothered. "So this is either the galaxy's greatest prank, or we're all insane." "Psych evaluations," normal, Terran said, then paused. "Well, normal for politicians." Lena smoothed her ceremonial uniform, its silver threads catching the chamber's dim glow. She'd negotiated with rogue AIs and survived diplomatic standoffs. But this was uncharted territory. Earth's fate rested on a cat, not a weapon, not a strategist, but a quantum-enhanced tabby from Project Nexus. A failed experiment meant to unlock reality's secrets. They thought it failed. They were dead wrong. The intercom screeched a grating wail that clawed at human ears. Deliberate Lena was certain a Starfall Coalition flex. "Ambassador Lena Voss," a voice boomed. "Your presence is required in the Celestial Forum. Bring your offering." Lena grabbed the carrier, her palms slick. A faint murmur sounded from inside, and she muttered, "If we all die because of you, Whiskers, I'm haunting your litter box in the afterlife." The Celestial Forum was a fever dream of impossible angles, a vast chamber where physics seemed to stutter. Representatives from the Coalition's 27 high-gravity species loomed, plasma orbs pulsing with malice, crystalline beings humming with disdain, energy forms flickering like dying suns. At the center stood High Marshal Vorix of the Kaveth Sovereignty, 7 feet of scaled muscle, his 8 eyes and 4 arms radiating raw power. His voice rumbled like an avalanche. "This is Earth's cultural offering." Lena set the carrier down, forcing a smile that felt carved from granite. "Honored members of the Starfall Coalition," she said, her voice steady despite the sweat prickling her neck. "Earth presents Lady Whiskers Shadowclaw 4, a living symbol of humanity's resilience, adaptability, and untamed chaos." She unlatched the carrier. Out sauntered Whiskers, a silver tabby with a crooked tail and white paws that gleamed like starlight. She yawned, flashing needle-sharp teeth, then flopped onto her side and began grooming her belly. Silence slammed into the forum, heavy as a collapsing star. "Is this an insult?" A Vespid delegate buzzed its wings, flickering with equations that could rewrite gravity. "We offered a sentient crystal that sings in 12 dimensions. The Zorathians gave a shape-shifting envoy, and Earth brings a mammal." Lena's smile held, though her pulse hammered. "I understand your skepticism," she said, "but Whiskers embodies Earth perfectly. In ancient Solarian temples, cats were gods, revered for grace and ferocity. They've thrived in every environment, deserts, cities, starships, for millennia. They hunt with precision, adapt effortlessly, and most human of all, bow to no one's rules. Whiskers rolled over, exposing her fluffy belly to the galaxy's deadliest species. A crystalline delegate vibrated irritably. "Your offering appears defective." "She's just comfortable," Lena said, sweat now a torrent down her spine. Voryx leaned closer, four eyes narrowing. "Does it wield weapons? Psychic powers? Can it chart hyperspace?" Lena swallowed hard. "She knocks objects off surfaces with uncanny focus." A wave of scorn rippled through the chamber. Voryx sighed, a sound like continents shifting. "In the spirit of diplomacy, we accept Earth's humble offering. The creature will be studied in quarantine." Lena's stomach plummeted. "She stays with me," she said too quickly. "No," Voryx growled, his smile revealing too many teeth. "All offerings undergo analysis. Protocol." Before Lena could protest, two guards activated a shimmering containment field. Whiskers hissed her tail, thrashing as the field lifted her away. Lena's fists clenched, but she forced herself to march out, catching Voryx's whisper to his aid. "Begin full molecular deconstruction. After we unravel its secrets, prepare sanctions for this mockery." Her heart sank. The mission was unraveling, and Whiskers was headed for a lab where reality might not survive her. What Lena couldn't know, was that Lady Whiskers Shadowclaw IV was no ordinary cat. And the galaxy was about to learn what happens when you underestimate a quantum feline with a grudge. Ambassador Lena Voss stormed through the sterile corridors of Etherian Hub, her boots echoing like gunfire. The Starfall Coalition's betrayal burned in her chest. They'd accepted Earth's offering, Lady Whiskers Shadowclaw IV, only to whisk her away for analysis that sounded more like dissection. Lena's intercepted whisper from High Marshal Voryx, orders for molecular deconstruction, confirmed her worst fears. Earth was being played, and Whiskers was the pawn. In Containment Wing Delta, a high-security maze of quantum sensors and reinforced walls, Whiskers was causing havoc without lifting a paw. Security feeds flickered on Lena's data slate, each more surreal than the last. Feed Alpha 9 showed Whiskers batting at a red dot, a miniature singularity winking in and out of existence, emitting a cosmic giggle with each swat. Feed Beta 4 captured her grooming each lick, sending temporal echoes rippling. Her past lick preceded her present one, which looped before a future lick, making the technician's eye twitch uncontrollably. Most disturbing was Feed Gamma 7, Whiskers knocking objects off a shelf. A scale model of Etherian Hub, a quantum regulator from an alternate timeline, High Marshal Voryx's lost childhood talisman, and a potted plant that meowed and scampered away. Each fell with feline glee, as if Whiskers was rewriting reality just to prove she could. Dr. Elira Vin, the Coalition's top xenobiologist, had submitted a one-page report before being banished to a remote asteroid. Subject uses quantum uncertainty as a litter box. It's a cat, a perfectly ordinary cat that breaks physics. Lena's blood boiled. She'd warned them Whiskers wasn't a lab rat. Now rumors of a cult of the Observer swirled maintenance workers, leaving offerings of synthetic fish that vanished from sealed chambers, chanting Whiskers' name like a deity. Lena didn't know whether to laugh or scream. She barged into the Central Command Office, where Administrator Chiron, a tentacled bureaucrat with a nervous twitch, hunched over a console. "I need to see Whiskers," Lena demanded. "She's Earth's ambassador, not your science project." Chiron's tentacles drooped. "She's a walking reality breach ambassador. Yesterday, she phased through a wall into my quarters and slept on my ceremonial cloak. It's now sentient and critiques my wardrobe." "That's normal cat behavior," Lena snapped, pinching her nose. "What's not normal is you treating her like a weapon." Before Chiron could respond, alarms blared, red lights bathing the room in a bloody glow. "Alert multiple reality breaches in Food Storage Vault Sector 9. This is not a drill." Lena's heart sank. "Let me guess, Whiskers?" Chiron nodded grimly. Lena sprinted to Sector 9 Security Chief Mara Holt, hot on her heels. The food storage vault was a surrealist's fever dream. Every container of fish, tuna, salmon, sardine was open, not torn, but unwoven, as if reality had shrugged off packaging. The contents hovered in midair, orbiting Whiskers, who sat in the center, grooming her paw with serene focus. Gravity pulled sideways, light crawled at half speed, and sounds arrived before their causes, screams echoing before anyone screamed. How did she breach 27 layers of security? Mara demanded, her rifle useless against the chaos. She's a cat, Lena said. Doors are suggestions. Whiskers paused, grooming her amber eyes, locking onto a trembling officer. He vanished, reappearing seconds later, dangling from a ceiling vent in a tangle of quantum webbing that shimmered like silly string. Whiskers resumed licking, radiating smugness. Should we stop her? Another officer whispered. Don't, Lena warned. She's in post-meal grooming mode. Interrupting a cat now is asking for trouble. As if on cue, Whiskers' licks sent reality rippling. Mara briefly became her childhood self, then elderly, then normal. An officer's uniform morphed into pajamas, then a tuxedo, then back. The walls turned transparent, flashing glimpses of other timelines, one a universe of endless yarn. Lena knelt a safe distance away, her voice soft. Hey, Whiskers. Princess Luna, right? I know you're scared. She pulled a smuggled packet of earth tuna from her pocket. The real stuff, not synthesized slop. They've been feeding you garbage, haven't they? No cat of your caliber puts up with that. Whiskers' ear flicked a universal feline, I'm listening, but no promises. Lena opened the packet, the rich aroma cutting through the chaos. Whiskers slow blinked the cat equivalent of, you're not entirely useless, and patted toward her. The orbiting fish gently descended, gravity snapping back to normal, light and sound synchronized. The officer on the ceiling drifted down the quantum webbing, dissolving. Whiskers sniffed the tuna, took a delicate bite, and began to purr. The sound was ordinary, yet it steadied reality itself. Mara gaped. It's calming down. She's eating, Lena corrected. She's not a cosmic horror. She's a cat scared, isolated, and mad at being poked. Her quantum tricks are just her way of saying, back off. Whiskers climbed onto Lena's lap, kneading her uniform with prickly paws. The security team held their breath. She's making biscuits, Lena said. A small smile breaking through. It means she's content. See normal cat stuff. The purr deepened, and for the first time, no reality glitches followed. Whiskers slow blinked again, curling up her warmth, grounding Lena in the chaos. Hours later, the Starfall Council convened in an emergency session. Whiskers perched on a cushion Lena had insisted upon. High Marshal Vorix loomed, his 8 eyes glaring. This creature is a threat. It warps reality, defies containment, and turned Counselor Zethar's scepter into a chew toy. Lena stood firm. You caused this. You accepted our ambassador, then tried to dissect her. Project Nexus made her quantum, but she was stable as a pet Luna, loved by an intern named Maya who smuggled her out. Your scans triggered her defenses. Counselors shifted uncomfortably. Whiskers, ignoring the debate, leapt onto the council table, her paws silent on the polished surface. She strolled with regal purpose, pausing to sniff a data tablet, then locked eyes with Zethar. Slowly, deliberately, she pushed his prized ceremonial scepter off the edge. It clattered to the floor. Zethar whimpered. Lena bit back a grin. That's her showing respect in her own way. Whiskers sat on the tablet, grooming as if it were her throne. Vorix's eyes twitched. Your ambassador sits on our defense protocols. Standard cat protocol. Lena said, her voice steady. If it's important, she claims it. The room fell silent, the weight of Whiskers' presence undeniable. Lena knew this was only the beginning. Whiskers' quantum nature was spiraling, and the Coalition's next move could unravel everything. Ambassador Lena Voss sprinted through the warping corridors of Etherian Hub, her heart pounding as reality frayed at the edges. The Purity Assembly had lost all reason, deploying the observation grid, a theoretical weapon designed to collapse quantum uncertainty around Lady Whiskers' Shadowclaw Wolf's habitat in the quantum containment core. The machine's hum was a death knell, threatening to force Whisker's quantum nature into a single state, risking a reality-shattering cascade. Lena cursed the bureaucratic idiocy that had brought them here, dodging patches where gravity flipped, and the station's AI wailed in 17 voices, warning reality coherence at 58% and falling. Avoid paradoxical thoughts. She burst into the core, a sterile chamber dominated by the grid's gleaming cage of sensors and probability compressors. Whiskers sat in the center, grooming her tail, with eerie calm, her silver fur glinting under the harsh lights. High Marshal Vorix turned 6 of his 8 eyes, narrowing. "Ambassador Voss, this is a restricted operation. Your presence is unauthorized." "Unauthorized," Lena snapped, shoving past Vespid guards. "You're about to destroy reality. Stop this now." Vorix's scales bristled. "Your creature has breached security, disrupted protocols, and turned Counselor Zethar's chef into a sentient fern. The grid will stabilize it." "That fern makes better soup," a technician muttered, silenced by Vorix's glare. Lena stepped closer, eyeing the grid's pulsing emitters. "General, listen." Project Nexus tried to control Whisker's quantum nature and failed. Forcing her into one state won't work. It'll trigger a catastrophe. Humans have lived with cats for 10,000 years. We don't control them, we coexist. Cats chose us, domesticated themselves for mutual benefit, thriving in paradox, wild, yet tame, distant, yet close. Vorix's tentacles twitched, his eyes swiveling to Whiskers, who yawned briefly, inverting gravity in a 3-meter radius. Grid activation in 60 seconds, an automated voice intoned. Lena's voice softened, urgent. "Your scientists are baffled, but cat owners aren't. We build relationships, not cages. Let me talk to her, human to cat, the way we've done for millennia. Respect her as a being, not a threat." Vorix hesitated, his uppermost eyes flickering. 30 seconds. "If I fail," Lena said, "activate your grid. But if 10,000 years of human-feline diplomacy works, we'll save your station and give the Coalition a new way to think about consciousness." Vorix stared, then raised a tentacle. "Pause countdown. 5 minutes, Ambassador." Lena squeezed through the grid's access port, ignoring the technician's shouts. The habitat was stripped bare, no cushions, no toys, just cold surfaces and hidden monitors. Whiskers looked smaller, her amber eyes tracking Lena with faint interest. Lena knelt a respectful distance away. "Hey, Princess Luna, sorry about this mess. They're scared of you, and I get why you're rewriting physics, like it's a scratching post." Whisker's ear flicked, radiating smug satisfaction. Lena smiled faintly. "I've been thinking about Maya, the intern who saved you. She saw you as you, not a lab rat. These idiots," she gestured to the watching scientists, "want to box you into their rules. No wonder you're protesting." Whiskers chirped, "The sound cats make for distant birds." Lena nodded. "Exactly. They're clueless, but humans. We've had practice with creatures who defy logic, who slip between wild and tame." She leaned closer. "In ancient Solarian temples, cats were gods. Now they're hollow pet stars. We love them for being them. I can't give you Maya's sunny apartment, but I can offer a partnership where you're not feared or controlled." Whiskers stood stretched in a perfect feline arch and stepped toward Lena. Outside, monitors spiked quantum fluctuations, harmonizing, not spiking. Another step, and reality rippled the distortions, smoothing into a rhythmic pulse. Whiskers paused, then placed one paw on Lena's outstretched hand. The contact glowed, not light, but possibility. Lena felt fragments of Whiskers' consciousness, the thrill of existing in multiple states, the irritation of being prodded, the warmth of Maya's love. Whiskers' purr resonated, a steady vibration that calmed the grid's readings. Reality waves stabilized, not rigid, but fluid, like a living heartbeat. "Ambassador," a technician called. "The quantum fields, they're harmonizing." Whiskers climbed into Lena's lap, turned 3 times, and curled up, purring louder. The grid powered down, its hum fading. Vorix's eyes widened. "What?" is happening?" Lena stroked Whiskers, grinning. 10,000 years of human-feline diplomacy, General. She's choosing to cooperate. Days later, Lena sat at the Coalition's council table, Whiskers dozing on top of critical documents naturally. Scientists puzzled over the grid incident. Whiskers had constrained her quantum nature into a stable resonance, not abandoning it, but balancing it. Dr. Elira Vin, reinstated, asked, why would a being with infinite potential choose limitation? Lena scratched Whiskers' ears. It's not limitation, it's choice. Cats chose humans millennia ago for food, warmth, and freedom to stay wild. Whiskers is both cat and quantum anomaly, expressing both in harmony like cats always have. Vorix leaned forward, thoughtful. Your species' bond with these paradox beings prepared you for quantum diplomacy. Lena laughed. Humans saw mysterious predators and built civilizations around them. That's our strength, embracing the inexplicable. Whiskers stretched, then pushed Zethar's stylus off the table with deliberate eye contact. The clatter echoed, and sometimes Lena added, we accept they'll knock things off, to remind us nothing lasts forever. Weeks later at the lunar oasis, a diplomatic compound on Earth's moon, Whiskers thrived in low gravity, her leaps defying physics. Coalition delegates arrived baffled by Earth's quantum integration. Really just tuna and respect. In the observation dome, Lena sat with Whiskers purring on her lap, Earth glowing blue below. You know, Lena murmured, I never got pets. Too busy. But I get it now. You remind us the universe is stranger than we can grasp. Whiskers headbutted Lena's chin, a gesture of trust, transcending species and stars. Her purr deepened, and for a moment Lena saw beyond Earth as a nexus of possibility. Cats as quantum anchors, their purrs stabilizing reality's fabric. Then Whiskers shifted and the vision faded. Did you show me that? Lena whispered. Whiskers blinked slowly, saying everything and nothing. Lena smiled. Love you too, you cosmic troublemaker. And there it is, folks. The tale of a cat who turned the galaxy upside down and a human who proved our greatest strength isn't tech or power, but our ability to bond with the unexplainable. Lady Whiskers, Shadowclaw the Four, didn't just save Earth. She showed the universe that harmony comes from respect, not control. For 10,000 years, humans and cats have danced this cosmic waltz, balancing chaos and love, wildness and trust. This story isn't just about a quantum feline, it's about us, humanity, staring into the infinite and saying, yeah, we'll make room for that. So next time your cat knocks your mug off the table, remember, they might just be keeping reality in check. If this story blew your mind, smash that like button to send Whiskers quantum purrs across the galaxy. Subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss an HFY epic. Trust me, we've got more where this came from. Drop a comment, would you trust a cat to save the world? See you in the next one, Starbound Explorers.